Through the Looking Glass and What Alice Found There. Chapter 2. The Garden of Live Flowers. "I will see the garden better," said Alice to herself, "if I get to the top of that hill." And she followed the path, but it always came back to the house. "No," Alice said, looking up at the house, "I don't want to go in yet." She went to the hill again. This time she walked past a large flower bed. "Oh, Tiger Lily," said Alice to one flower, "I wish you could talk." "We can't talk," said the Tiger Lily, "when there is someone to talk to." Alice was so surprised that she could not speak for a minute. Then she asked, "And can all the flowers talk?" "Yes, as well as you can," said the Tiger Lily. "Are you frightened that nobody takes care of you?" "There is a tree in the middle," said the Rose. "What else is it good for?" "But what can it do if any danger comes?" Alice said. "It can bark," said the Rose. "Didn't you know that?" cried another Daisy. "How can you talk so well?" Alice asked. "I visited many gardens, but flowers couldn't talk." "Put your hand down and feel the ground," said the Tiger Lily. "Then you'll know why." Alice did so. "It's very hard," she said. "In most gardens," the Tiger Lily said, "the flower beds are too soft, so that the flowers are always asleep." This sounded like a very good reason. "I never thought of that before," said Alice. "Are there any more people in the garden besides me?" "There is one other flower in the garden that can move like you," said the Rose. Alice thought there was another little girl in the garden somewhere. "Does she ever come here?" she asked. "I think you will see her soon," said the Rose. "She has thorns." "Where does she wear the thorns?" Alice asked with some curiosity. "All round her head, of course," the Rose replied. "I wonder why you haven't got them." "Oh, she's coming. I hear her footsteps." Alice looked round and saw that it was the Red Queen. She decided to talk to her. "You can't do that," said the Rose. "You should walk the other way." "Nonsense," Alice thought, so she said nothing and went towards the Red Queen. "Where do you come from?" asked the Red Queen. "And where are you going? Look up, speak nicely, and don't twiddle your fingers." Alice explained that she was lost. "But why did you come here at all? Curtsy while you're thinking what to say. It saves time." "I only wanted to see the garden, your Majesty, and I thought I'd try and find my way to the top of that hill." "When you say hill," the Queen said, "I can show you hills, in comparison with which you will call that a valley." Alice curtsied again, because she was afraid that the Queen could be offended, and they walked on in silence and reached the top of the little hill. For some time Alice stood and said nothing, looking out in all directions over the country. "It is just like a large chessboard," Alice said at last. "It's a great huge game of chess. Oh, what fun it is! I would like even to be a pawn, if only I can join. Although, of course, I'd like to be a queen." The Red Queen only smiled and said, "That's easy. You can be the White Queen's pawn, if you like. You're in the second square. When you get to the 8th square, you'll be a queen." Just at this moment they began to run. They were running hand in hand, and the Queen went very fast, and she cried to Alice, "Faster, faster!" Alice felt that she could not go faster. The most curious thing was that the trees and the other things round them never changed their places at all. The Queen kept crying, "Faster, faster!" "Are we nearly there?" Alice asked at last. "Nearly there," the Queen said. "Faster, now, now!" And they went so fast that they hardly touched the ground with their feet. Suddenly they stopped. The Queen said kindly, "You may rest a little now." Alice looked round her in great surprise. "We have been under this tree the whole time. Nothing changed." "Of course," said the Queen. "Here we have to run in order to stay in the same place. If you want to get somewhere else, you must run faster." Alice didn't know what to say, but the Queen did not wait for an answer. "You know that a pawn goes 2 squares in its first move. So you will go very quickly through the 3rd square. By train, I think. Well, the 4th square belongs to Tweedledum and Tweedledee. The 5th one is covered with water. The 6th square belongs to Humpty Dumpty. The 7th square is a forest. One of the knights will show you the way. And in the 8th square we will be the queens together and have a lot of fun." Alice got up and curtsied and sat down again. The Red Queen said goodbye and then disappeared. And Alice began to remember that she was a pawn, and soon she would make a move. This is the end of chapter 2. Thank you for listening, and subscribe to Kuzdra.School.